What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? It's your man, King Bishop. Hi, what's going on, YouTube? It's been a couple days, maybe been closer to a week, man. Just coming in, doing my check-in. I just want to start this video off by saying this. For the people that are coming to the page and just watching, I am asking a favor that you would please subscribe. The numbers show me that only about 25% of the people that are watching the videos actually subscribe. So if you're watching the videos regularly or you just haven't created a page, create a page, man, and subscribe and like the videos that you're watching on YouTube. Not just my videos, but all the guys out here. It gives us the motivation to keep going and sharing our journey. I'm not getting paid from doing YouTube. So the feedback that I get is what makes me keep going. So right now, to all the people that are subscribing, that are liking, that are commenting, hey man, I appreciate you guys. A lot of people are asking how you reach me outside of this, which is King Bishop 804, King Bishop, KINGBISHOP 804 at yahoo.com is how you reach me. But on to what's been going on. First of all, I want to say this, that a couple guys have asked me about the month 2 update as far as the numbers. I have not done a complete breakdown of all my numbers. Remember, I just got into this new truck about 2 weeks ago, so I was still having truck issues with the last truck, so that slowed me down. But I believe the numbers I gave you guys before put me right about 10.8 for my first month. This month I went right about 12,200 gross, so I did better, and I'm doing better now because of the truck. Most of that gross came in the last couple weeks because I have been able to roll without truck issues, without major issues. I have had more small mechanical issues out of this truck, but it's been things I could fix. Like, for instance, you guys showed me, we were talking about the pigtail. I replaced that. I also removed the old pigtail, which is dark outside now, so I can't show you, but I'll show you guys in a different video. Also, I want to say it was Friday. I left home on the way back down here to Jacksonville, and about 20 miles down the road, I noticed I had no trailer lights. So I pulled over, started playing with the pigtail. It wasn't a pigtail. I really didn't know what it was. It's probably about 3 in the morning. I was only like a half a mile from the weigh station. So let me tell you the way this played out. I wanted to skip by this, but I'm going to tell y'all. So I noticed the lights went out because whenever I get close to a weigh station, especially at night, I start to look and make sure, my lights are good. Because for the most part, what you'll notice that when you're pulling containers is these chassis are raggedy. It's not like dry van where you can pick up lights and the lights going to work. Now, with all these weight that we put on these chassis, hauling these containers, and that weight is bouncing around because the chassis and the container are two separate pieces. So even though we have securement latches and zip ties to try to keep it still, when you hit a bump, you are bumping up and down on that chassis. So a lot of the lights will go out. If they don't blow out or short out, they will unconnect themselves, and some of them you can't get into because they're encased. And I'm going to do a video on the chassis and securing the chassis and the containers and stuff like that, how that works. I cannot do a video of how it works in the port because that is highly illegal. And the way my life goes right now, I don't really want no problems with customs and border protection. I ain't about that life. It ain't even about the company at that point. That's the feds. And I don't want no problems with the feds. So I'm not going to videotape the port and how that works. But I will show you guys how it works after I pick up a container and my little process of doing my pre-trip and securing the container to the chassis. I'm doing my post-trip now. So I did my post-trip and now I'm just logging it. Finish it up. So anyway, so what happened was, man, I was riding down the road. I'm good, energized, had some sleep. I wasn't feeling good the day before on Thursday, but I was feeling better. This was Friday morning, early Friday morning. something like that. Yeah, Friday morning. And I get a half a mile, I want to say about a mile before the weigh station, and I notice I had no chassis lights. So I'm starting to freak out, man. So, I throw my four ways on. My four ways and my brakes were working, but I didn't have any running lights. So I'm like, man. So I get on my GPS. I'm looking for somewhere to stop, and I don't see anywhere. So I pulled over, and there was really no shoulder. I had to pull over at the exit ramp, and luckily it was a truck stop I could see from the exit ramp, little small mom and pop. So I ended up staying there. Car breakdown, and because I didn't know what it was, they told me we can't get anybody to you till 8 in the morning. It was like 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. I'm pissed. So I went ahead and laid back down, and when the sun came up, I just ran the trailer, because at that point I didn't need any running lights. The turn signals were working, the brake lights were working. That was all I needed to get the container up here or down here. So I went ahead and got back down here, and as soon as I got down here, I unhooked I went to the port, delivered the container I had. It was an empty reefer unit. I came down here, and I hooked to the nearest chassis I saw. Ended up finding out that it was not the chassis. It was actually my truck, so I was freaking out, man. I was like, man, I just paid for this pigtail. I think I told you guys I paid $57 for the pigtail. I'm like, I know the pigtail's not malfunctioning already. It's only been like 2.5 weeks. And, I talked to one of my homeboys. Shout out to Corte. Always looking out for me. A lot of wisdom. He's like, man, you check your fuses? I was like, no. So I ran over to Walmart, got a tester, got a set of needle nose pliers, and started pulling out the fuses. And I noticed that 3 of the fuses that have to deal with the trailer lights they weren't blown, but they looked like they were burnt out. And what I believe happened is Friday morning I got fuel before I left out, and I noticed that one of my side marker lights was out, so I went to go connect it. When I went to go connect it, it threw a big spark, so I just left it alone. I was like, I'm not messing with that. I'm not trying to get electrocuted. And not too long after that's when the lights went out. So I guess it blew my fuse when I tried to connect that light. So I replaced, maybe 6 or 7 fuses, came back to the yard that night, hooked up to a trailer, and I had lights. So I did knock out another little quick fix for myself. And also, like I told you guys, the very next day I went ahead and took out that old, if you see the other video when I had the old pigtail wire that was in the spindle, I went ahead and cut the spindle up, pulled the old electrical wire out, or the other pigtail wire out, got it all out, and now that's no longer there, and I don't feel like I'm in risk for getting a DOT violation. Even though I'm not sure if it is a violation, I just know it don't look good having loose wires. So I went ahead and took care of that as soon as I got a chance. Today, which is Monday, I had a load this morning that took me to Atlanta. We're right on the outside of Atlanta in McDonough, Georgia, and back to the port. I went ahead and did that, knocked that out in one day. It was, let's see, I drove 659 miles today, and that is there and back. So I am back, can't drive no more. I still had an hour on my clock left to drive, but no need to, don't need that because I'm here. So that's a nice little one-day run to put about $810 in my pocket, $812 in my pocket for one-day run. So you can't complain about that ever. I love those runs, just drop a hook. I normally can get it done quicker than this. It took a lot of my clock. Let me just tell you guys exactly how much time it took me today. It ended up taking me, I had an hour and 18 minutes left on my driving clock, but I only had 26 minutes left on my 14 after I did my my post trip. So basically 13 and a half hours. And the reason was, it's normally a drop and hook. I'm normally in and out of this place, but for some reason today the load wasn't ready, and that's the first time I've ever had happen. And I'm sitting for about 2 hours waiting for my load to get ready. I also did stop and messed around and stopped and got some stuff for the truck. So that's a little bit more where that 14 hours got ate up, but it was mostly sitting there for that 2 hours not doing anything. But it's cool, it happens. I still got the load done in one day, which was the goal. Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing well, man. I'm blessed. Like I always say, man, I want to appreciate y'all. I want to tell you I appreciate you guys, man. You guys give me life. If you're noticing, our subscriber list is jumping through the roof every month, man. I think my goal for the page was to follow the month. So in August, by August 1st, I wanted to have 800 subscribers. July I wanted to have 700. June but we ended up hitting over 800 in July. So we are well on our way to hitting more than 1,200 for the year. And it's all because of you guys, man. It's all because you guys are watching and commenting. The more you like, comment, and watch, the more I'm suggested on the list when people look at trucking videos. So it's not about me. It's really about you guys. So thank you. Honestly, I really thank you guys for the support. For everyone who's new to the page, check out some of the old videos, man. We talk about a little bit of everything. And, we talk about my journey in trucking. And, I see some of the guys that's been in it for a while. They comment. If you notice one thing about me, I comment back on everyone's comment. Now, I want to say this. For some people who are seeing that I'm not commenting on your comments, or the comment is coming days later, I do not always get the email notifications that you commented. So I don't see your comment until it finally decides to let one out that Joe Smo commented, and then I see, oh man, 3 days ago Mike Smith commented. So I'm not ignoring you, I just don't know that you're commenting, and I don't check every video to see for new comments, of course, but that's what that is. So I'm not ignoring you, I'm just really not seeing it. But man, it's getting at 12 minutes. I'm tired. Had a long day. But as always, man, I appreciate y'all for watching. Please comment, subscribe, and like. Y'all be easy. Have a good night. God bless y'all. Peace.